Brothers and sisters, Brother John, watchman for that great day. Brother Ronnie and I have another study in which I'm going to upload now and give it to you for your viewing understanding and encouragement and all the things. I ask that God would bless it and keep you watching, because we are definitely close to the time that Jesus is going to blow his trumpet from the heavens. So watch now and enjoy. And as usual, lately, as I've been putting these up, I do tend to place words around in the black section above and the below. So I'm trying to get better at that, so it lasts a little longer, so you don't have to always pause it to read what I say. So bear with me as I have this learning curve here, because this is a little different form of making videos than I'm used to. But I thank you for watching, and God bless you. And now, without further delay, here it is. I was flabbergasted. That's the only word that fits it. Flabbergasted, like. And
I've never seen
no
you.
words.
I have never, in all the time I've known you and seen you, I have not ever seen you just sit there and stare into oblivion. You were just like, I don't know where you were at. It was like 10 or 15 minutes long. I mean, you didn't even hardly speak a word. You were just, wow.
It hit me. It hit me, but and I wanted to say something, but it's like, I just.
What could you say for a follow-up?
I couldn't say anything. So, I mean.
Praise God. If I can be honest, you look like you were in a state of shock.
Yeah, and because you and me came at the same question from different perspectives and both came to the same conclusion. Oh my God, in part one, right? Which we have to kind of like, it's not even part one. We're doing part one now, you know.
Yeah.
Part one, part two, you know. And yesterday, we're going to show what we did yesterday, but
okay,
let's do what you got. And
so let me
join it together.
All right, let's share. Let's share.
Yeah, we're going to share. We're sharing our life here. Sharing our life away.
Okay, so I want to tell you what's going on. I, too, decided to go and ask some questions. This is Copilot, okay?
Yeah.
Google Copilot, we use it. So anyways, you're going to see the sequence on how I ask the questions, because what I did is when I printed them out as I was asking, after I asked the questions in order and put them all in order, okay? This is going to be fun.
All right. Yeah, it is going to be. I like this kind of stuff.
The cue is the question. Boom.
Well, that's better.
Is that better?
All right. So do the Qumran scrolls identify a type of person who will come as the Antichrist? That's a great question.
We're gonna see an answer that we've already received. This is a confirmation of what we received. So go ahead.
All right. The Qumran scroll, the Qumran scrolls do not explicitly mention an Antichrist figure as understood in the Christian eschatology. However, some texts, such as the 4Q246, which we already did that video, also known as the Son of God text or Aramaic apocalypse, contain apocalyptic themes and references to powerful ruler who brings distress. That's important, that distress word.
Yes.
Because Jesus does not bring distress. He brings his kingdom with glory and joy and happiness.
Right. And we can say without a doubt right now who's bringing a lot of distress to a lot of nations.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. So scholars debate whether the figure is a negative force or messianic leader, with some suggesting that could represent a foreign ruler. That's important. Underline and highlight that, foreign ruler, rather than an Antichrist figure. Okay, but that the foreign ruler fits, right?
Yes.
We're going to read things that don't necessarily go how everything is pointing. So
you're going to see more of this. You're going to see more of the foreign ruler as we go.
All right.
All right.
Additionally, some interpretations of the Qumran text discuss false rulers or deceptive leaders, but but the concept of an Antichrist as a direct counterpart to Christ is more developed in later Christian writings.
Okay, so I'm going to move on to my next question. Does the Bible speak of a foreign ruler as the Antichrist?
Yes, the Bible contains passages that describe a powerful ruler who opposes God, often associated with the Antichrist. Daniel 11:36 through 39 speaks of a king who exalts himself above all gods and honors a foreign god. Oh, that's a good one, foreign god. This foreign ruler, foreign god. This passage is sometimes linked to Antichrist in Christian eschatology. Other verses, such as 2 Thessalonians, by the way, so 2 Thessalonians 2, 3, 4, 3 through 4, describe the man of lawlessness who exalts himself above all gods and takes a seat in the temple of God. Additionally, Revelation 13 speaks of a beast that rises to power and deceives many.
Okay, and so we've got, of course, foreign god on the top paragraph. In the second paragraph, we got the man of lawlessness. I'm going to take you to lawlessness because I don't know that I've even ever looked up the definition in AV 1611 before, just to kind of get a feel. So I want to give more context, all right? So we're going to go there too. Here's the next question.
According to AV1611.com, or King James Version Dictionary, lawless is defined as lawlessness, the quality or state of being unrestrained by law. That's interesting.
Disorder.
Law. Disorder.
Right. Okay. Here we go. The next question.
Number 3, not subject to ordinary laws of nature, uncontrolled. He meteor-like. What? He meteor-like flames lawless through the void. That's
This blew me away. Now we're moving on. Okay.
Wow.
Now just get ready for this stuff. All right.
He meteor-like flames lawless through the void.
That's my question.
I
cut and pasted it. That's my question.
Yeah, that sounds like a poetic or dramatic expression, perhaps describing someone who defies all restraint. That's pretty good. He's defying all restraint.
Yes.
Nothing that they've tried to get him. I mean, I know it's the left, it's trying to put this stuff on him, right? Trump. Yep. But it doesn't do any good. There's no law. Even the Supreme Court, they don't agree with the way.
Read the rest.
Streaking across existence like a rebellious force. There's an almost cosmic energy to it, evoking images of meteors burning brightly in chaos.
Oh my! This is.
You're laughing. When you're reading this, you're like,
"Do I need to say
what?
Anything?
That's crazy.
The cosmics, the meteors.
That's amazing.
We're seeing this.
And so this started. The question started. This question started where? Right in the beginning, where you asked. Right now, we're talking about meteors and flaming through the void and holding no restraint. All started it all.
Lawless one.
In the Qumran, is there an Antichrist figure? Well, there's not really, but we're okay. It's just this is like the questions. All
ready?
Right. Yeah, now I'm ready. Another one.
Question: if the lawless one is a meteor, what meteor would he be named?
Yeah. Okay. This is getting a little, okay.
No, just follow it.
All right, hold on. If the lawless one were a meteor, he'd need a name that captures his characteristics.
No, his chaotic descent.
I wanted to say characteristic. His chaotic descent. Something ominous, commanding the reflective of his destructive path. Perhaps Nemesis, blaze, evoking both an adversary and an unstoppable fireball, or Apollyon, Apollyon's wrath. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. Drawing from Revelation's imagery of Apollyon the destroyer. Another fitting possibility.
And you know what Apollyon is? Apollyon is Abaddon, right?
That's right, Abaddon, or Abaddon.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, I know. That we've heard all these catchphrases, right? There's the little things like at the last Trump, we get that kind of thing.
Another fitting possibility.
A
Rebel
rebel
star, a
star.
celestial force that refuses to follow the natural order, streaking wildly across the void. So now you know, because of my scribbling on here, Nemesis and a abbreviation of Apollyon. It's what's the word? Right here, Apollonia.
Okay.
These two are up there. You're going to see Apollonia is Apollyon.
Oh.
You're going to see what I'm going to show you. And they're both in the Lion and the Woman.
Oh, come on.
I'm not kidding you.
And this is, look, for those people that might just tune in to see something, maybe they're clicking across the scan, right?
Right.
The whole thing here is the woman and the lion are the most important, as the lion is the end of things as far as the story goes. And as far as the woman goes, the woman is the beginning. So in the constellations of 12, you have the woman is the beginning, all right, the start of the, and then the lion is the ending. So
she represents Israel. She represents the woman giving birth.
The woman represents Israel, and basically the lion represents the Lion of Judah, Jesus, the coming Savior.
So these questions were designed, as you see. I'm not being forceful. I'm just kind of being tactful as I go.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. When I asked that question, I did not expect them to give me these names. I had no clue that this was going to happen. How could a foreign leader be a meteor?
If a foreign leader were metaphysically a meteor, it's just funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Got a joy in me today.
Yeah.
Metaphysically a meteor, it would suggest sudden dramatic impact. Something that arrives with force, shakes the world, and possibly leaves destruction in its wake. Mm-hmm. Meteors burn brightly as they enter Earth's atmosphere, often appearing majestic yet dangerous, embodying both fascination and fear. In political or eschatological terms, a leader could be likened to a meteor if they emerge unexpectedly, disrupt established systems, or rapidly reshape the course of history.
What are we seeing? What are we seeing?
There you go. And he's a meteorizing, that's they always said that the Antichrist would come out of nowhere and all of a sudden he'd change it. The imagery could reflect a ruler who seems unstoppable, crashing into global affairs with overwhelming influence.
Here's the question.
All right.
What current foreign leader would he be?
Okay, here we go. Oh, I see Emmanuel Macron.
Just keep going. Read it.
Yeah. There has been speculation about various political figures being linked to the Antichrist, but interpretations vary widely. Some discussions have mentioned leaders like Emmanuel Macron due to his role in European politics, while others have historically speculated about figures such as Saddam Hussein or Mikhail Gorbachev.
Both deceased. Both
deceased, right? So they couldn't be.
Right.
Unless they come back to life all of a sudden, then be like, oh, but they're not. However, biblical prophecy does not explicitly identify a specific modern leader as the Antichrist, and many scholars caution against making definitive claims.
Okay, so how am I going to word the next one? What 2025 modern day foreign leader?
Bring it up.
What modern day 2025 foreign leader would he be? There it is. There's the question.
Yeah. So there are various interpretations. I see Donald Trump, bam, right in the middle of the thing. That's amazing. But there are various interpretations and speculations about modern leaders being linked to the Antichrist, but no definitive identification exists. Some discussions suggest that global turmoil could set the stage for an influential figure to rise. Others argue that the Antichrist would emerge from the remnants of the Roman Empire, ruling in a way that aligns with the biblical prophecy. One article explores whether Donald Trump could fit certain prophetic descriptions, though it acknowledges many prophecies must still be fulfilled before making such a claim.
And
However,
I would disagree with that. I would agree
I,
but disagree.
I gotta say I'm with you, and it's not because we're against Donald Trump. It's just because of the everything that surrounds and everything that Ronnie and I have both seen. And the other day I was shocked and without speech, as we said earlier in this video. So we're going to keep going because this is amazing. So, however, interpretations of biblical prophecy vary widely, and many scholars caution against making direct associations between current leaders and the Antichrist. Okay.
There, any other foreign leaders who could fit this current prophetic description?
There are various interpretations of biblical prophecy regarding a future leader who may fit the description of the Antichrist. Some discussions focus on global governance, rising nationalism, and deception as key signs to watch in 2025. Others suggest that unexpected alliances and shifts in power could indicate the emergence of influential figures. While no specific leader is definitely identified, some prophetic interpretations highlight leaders involved in Middle Eastern tensions, global economic shifts, and technical advancements. All three of those leaders involved in Middle Eastern tensions, that's Trump.
Happening.
Global economic shifts, that's Trump. That's his baby, tariffs and everything else. And technological advances, AI. There it is.
Hypothetically, can you see that?
Yeah, hypothetically
speaking, choose the foreign leader in our current time, 2025, who seems to fit this image. You ready?
Yeah, I know it. Don't we know it? There it is. There he is.
Hey, can I tell you something?
Wait.
Listen. Who's the guy
they have one guy as Obama, though,
Right. Who's the guy that just showed up trying to pretend to be the Antichrist over there on the left, who's dressed all in black with a beard and a mustache?
Abu, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's funny that image would show up. But you're right. There's Trump on the far right with his crown.
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying that he's basically saying he's the guy, the Abu guy,
Yeah.
So and then who's the next picture over from the one with Christ?
I don't know who this is. With the woman here and the man, and I don't know who that is.
Huh. Well, there is a guy that I heard of some years ago, though, that had some kind of big congregation down in Florida. It was all about 666. He's naming himself, I'm 666, and people like worshiping him, and money. Anyway, but the best one out of there, I'm sorry, I have to say it, I circled number 4.
He's the guy in the forefront. He's the guy on the stage. He's the guy getting everybody all upset. He's the one in the Middle East. He's the one pulling the trigger for everything.
And the coin with Cyrus, right?
He's the guy. So there are many interpretations of biblical prophecy regarding the Antichrist. Different traditions have speculated about the various leaders throughout history. Some discussions suggest that the Antichrist would be a charismatic global figure, possibly involved in political, economic, and technological advancements that shape the world. There you go. See what the last one is.
Fun, man. This is fun.
Would the United States of America be the revived Roman Empire in 2025?
Ooh, good question, brother. Good question.
The idea that the United States could be part of the revived Roman Empire is debated among scholars and prophecy analysts. Some argue that the European Union is a more direct successor to Rome, given its historical and geographical ties.
Yeah.
Okay. Others suggest that the United States, with its European heritage and global influence, could play a role in the modern version of Rome. I'd have to agree with that.
And I will agree with that just for a sec, as it relates to the book that Tom Horn has written, and all of the prophetic, the way that the Romanesque, we have the Senate, all of everything that is set up for this country, it mimics what Rome has set up, and it goes into the mythology of Isis and Osiris and the phallic and everything else. But that right there determines what this country represents by its Romanesque. See, it follows Rome. Rome, there's a lot going on.
And what's the predominant religion in this country?
Catholicism.
The Roman Catholic Church. We're going to take a look at Nemesis, because Nemesis is one of the two that was mentioned, right?
Nemesis, yeah.
All right.
So, it would be. Nemesis,
now listen, before we start, we got to do the whole disclaimer, because people are saying, "Oh, those are Greek mythology gods," and yes, but we're talking about the Antichrist.
Yeah.
That's what the Antichrist represents, right? All the lies, all the deception, right?
Right.
So that's why we're looking at it, because these two were named. And I want to get right to the chase here. The name Nemesis is derived from the Greek word, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it. It means to give what is due. And I don't believe that's in a good way. Right. So to give what is due, we know what is due to this world, don't we?
Yeah.
We certainly do.
What's coming, that's for sure.
I'm going to move right past it, because there's a lot of reading in here.
Okay.
Right?
Go a little slower, just like let it sit for a second, so if anybody wanted to read it. All right, go ahead.
Well, yeah, let me back up a little bit.
Back up.
So you can freeze the page, take a screenshot.
You just kind of roll up.
Or you can just look it up all together, because it'll pop up on the internet, right? If you're doing
there you go. And go to the next slide.
All right, let's get that. Let's get to it.
All right, let's get to it. It's just a lot of reading. Abaddon. All right. The Hebrew term Abaddon, destruction, doom, and its Greek equivalent Apollyon. Yeah.
Yep.
Meaning destroyer, appear in the Bible as both a place of destruction and an angel of the abyss in the Hebrew Bible. Abaddon is used with reference to the bottomless pit, often appearing alongside the place Sheol, meaning the resting place of dead people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the book of okay.
You got your references to the book of Revelation. I mean, anybody can follow that if they want to. After this, we'll go to Stellarium and we'll look at that, okay?
Okay.
All right, we're going to go to Strong's Concordance.
This is amazing, this stuff. Really is. It's all a confirmation of what we have been seeing in the heavens. That's what Jesus was saying. Look up. At the end of days, look up. There's something going on in the up. That's what being revealed to us anyway, looking up.
Yeah. Okay.
So
624 Apollonia, Greek.
Right.
All right. You'll see a definition here which describes a city in Macedonia.
Okay.
But as I said earlier, Apollonia is all connected to Apollyon. All of those words are intertwined, okay? And you're going to start to see it right here in the Strong's Exhaustive Concordance, right below the definition. From the pagan deity Apollon. The sun from Apollomy.
Yeah.
This word right here is very significant, okay?
Okay.
Because what this means is destruction.
Right.
We're going to see it in all of our definitions. It's to destroy, to perish,
yeah,
to kill, destroy, to lose, I am perishing, the result of death being viewed as certain. Okay?
Yeah.
This word is connected to what we are now seeing in the heavens.
All right.
Apollonia.
Okay.
Okay?
Copy paste that.
Yep. So
Copy.
we are going to go next to that strong 624 Greek. I want to go to, let's see if it'll take me here. I want to go to the Greek 622 for some reason. Yep, I'm in the Greek. That's good.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. This is the word we just looked at.
Yeah.
Right? To
Yeah.
destroy.
Yeah.
There it is. There's your
All right.
definition.
Got
To
it.
destroy, to perish, to lose. That is what Apollyon is.
Yeah.
Same
It's
as
all-
Abaddon. That's what it represents.
It's the root of all the words. They're all in that
All
same
the
group.
words.
Okay.
Okay. So let's look at what was the first one? Nemesis, right?
Nemesis. NEM. Yeah. Nemesis. And where is it? It's in the woman. Wow.
Right. Let me zoom in a little bit if I can.
On the 15th. Wow. It's right in the belly of the woman.
Right. So it was there yesterday as well on the 14th. If you can see down here,
Yeah,
it was there.
Of course it would be. Yeah. There you
But
go.
this is important. I'm
Yeah.
going to stop. Hang on. I'm going to stop right here. Why am I going to stop on this date? Does anybody know?
On that particular date, 24/7/13. That's July the 13th.
And it's in the mouth pretty much. So this is the date that Trump was shot.
Oh.
Hey, listen. So we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna move you through all the way through 24 and into 25. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're in July of 24 right now.
Yeah. Now we're gonna.
And I'm moving it at a month at a time. Okay. So it's moving. Listen, this is the whole point. It's moving through during the election cycle, brother.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Right.
Right.
Into January. Okay.
Okay.
Now it's going to pop right into the scale after September. Now, what's in September?
What's in September?
September is the eclipses. I'm going to show you. This is in, I'm pretty sure this is in the scale. Watch.
Let's see. Yes, definitely. It's definitely was in. See, it disappears when you do that, but that's the line. So yeah, it's well within the scale. Wow. Yeah, right there. It's right in the scale. So it's in the time of judgment. Nemesis, destroyer, yeah, all that.
And the meaning of nemesis is what? To give what is due.
To give what is due. So that there is to give what is due is the judgment of, which is the scales. That's what's coming.
The judgment and the wrath.
Wow, unbelievable, but very believable.
But very believable. Who would have thought?
Bring up the other one.
Yeah.
I want to see that one.
Let me go all the way back. Let me set the date back. Okay, I want to start at 7/13 of 24 is what I want to do.
All right, just to see where it goes through.
Well, 7/13 was the date that he was shot, right?
Trump was shot. Yeah.
Okay, and that one's going to be.
That's where I think he got the most popular. He got a boost like no end, in that time, because people like, oh, and he's like, fight, fight, fight,
Here is Apollonia. We just gave you the definition.
Where is it? Oh, wow. And it's in the crab on his. Interesting. Yeah. That means destruction, destroying, killing.
Right. In the Cancer, right?
Yeah.
So they call it Cancer, right? Now we're gonna move forward. I just want you to watch it progress. It moves into the line right about here. Okay, 820 I've got listed here. 820 at 24. It moves into the lion because I checked the boundary markers.
Yeah. And
it's continuing to move through, and it's going to go into the woman eventually here. It may even retrograde. I don't remember. Nope, goes into the woman.
On 11 on the election cycle.
Election cycle again. So what's there with it?
Nemesis.
Nemesis.
Wow. Can you hit Nemesis again just to show it up?
Well, I can't right now because
right.
I'm going to have to lose all of this. So let's just keep moving.
Right. Stay
We've already seen it move through there on this date, brother.
Wow. This is amazing.
So 1121. So here we go. We're going to continue to move through. And it might retrograde. Let's find out. It's retrograding.
Yeah. There it goes.
We're in 25. We're in March of 25 already. Yeah. We're in April.
So it's still in the woman, between the woman and it's sticking in the woman now.
Right. All right. So we're following it, right? Apollonia.
Yeah.
So we're in 2025. We're in May. This is today's date. That's where it's at.
Right.
And I'm just going to kind of continue because you're going to see this also move into the scales, and we've got Nemesis moving into the scale on 9 in September 26th, about, right?
Move it through. We'll watch it.
All right, here we go.
That's the beauty of motion. You can watch it.
I'm just going day by day.
Well,
we're in July, August, September.
Yeah. 7th. There it is, right in the belly on the 7th.
Right. Here's what's the interesting part about this one. It's going to go into the scale, according to what I've looked at, on November 1st.
Nemesis enters at the 26th, or even before.
Right, enters at the 26th.
It's more important to us, so.
Yes.
All right. Okay, brothers and sisters, we're gonna finish this. We're gonna actually make another part tomorrow. This has been there's a lot of information. It's just hard to get it all in one sitting, and without going through hours and hours of editing. So, all right, we'll leave it at that. Me and Brother Ronnie will give you the blast on the shofar, hoping that the Lord comes today. We don't really care. These numbers are not important, that we're going to be here for these numbers to pass.
Right.
When we're doing this, we're doing it as we're being led to see the story. So the story is telling us, but we're still waiting today for the Lord to appear, for the rapture, for the sound of the trumpet to happen. So, Brother Ronnie, let's give it. Ready? All right. Well, we'd love to blow the shofar, and that's what we're waiting for. So God bless you all, brothers and sisters. Thank you, Brother Ronnie. This is always a blessing, and we'll see you soon.
Stay tuned.
In the air. We'll see you in another video. We'll see you in the air. How's that sound?
Amen.
All right. God bless.